Hi guys, and welcome back to Graymont Bay. You know, every time I make a new video, I start by saying it's been so long since I last recorded. And this time it really has been. I did upload one video about the Grimm family last week, but I actually recorded that video on the 4th of July. It is now the 4th of October, so it's been like 3 months since I recorded. And the reason for this long break was that I got again stuck in this rut of I want to play, but I just didn't feel like recording. But my game was in the point that I should next make a new video. So then I just didn't play. And then I decided that I'm going to make changes. Okay, let's speak English. I decided to make some changes in how I record, and which is basically like I am no longer going to make a video about every household in every single round. I will play if I feel like playing, and when I feel like to make a video, I will record it, because otherwise it's going to happen again that I want to play but I can't because I need to make a video about this household, but I don't feel like making a video, so then I just don't play for a long time, and I really missed my game. So let's see how this works. Anyhow, today we are going to be playing the Autumn family, and it consists of William, the husband, and his wife, who has such a hard name to pronounce that I will just going to call her B, or the wife, because that's how I actually call all my Sims when I'm playing them, like husband and wife, and barely ever do I use their names. Anyhow, they live in the same type of house that the Grimm family lived in. Nothing special. Oh, by the way, you see this house here? It's called, well, I can't see the name here, but anyhow, it's called the Grimm Manor, because this is the house that the Grimm family was supposed to move into. Let's wait until it loads everything. Come on, Rolf, you can do it. So this is their house that they were supposed to move into, and this is what it looks like. But I had two problems with this house. First one was the roof. I think I talked about the roof at some point, that I really like this roof, but I had downloaded the version that's always visible even in map view, which is nice, but it was also always visible when you are playing like the other floors. So if I was in this floor, I could still see the roof, and because for me gameplay is more important than what it looks like, I had to change the roof. So now I have the version that when I go to map view it doesn't show up, or if I'm very far away from this slot it doesn't show up. And the other thing is that, because as you can see this is quite the big house, and my idea is that I will put here in these rooms hidden room markers, so that my Sims won't be able to use all of the rooms at once. So basically this room, and I'm thinking everything upstairs. I'm not sure, can I put one here? Will it affect the downstairs? But I have a problem with my hidden, oh, and of course here we have to put one, but I have a problem with my hidden room markers, which is basically that because I used the decrapified version of the store objects, there is this one file, which name I cannot now remember, but it causes the problem that when I go to by debug, and even if I use how to say, the collection files with the by debug objects, my game doesn't save anymore. So basically if I want to use anything from the by debug, I need to remove that one file, use by debug, and then come back. And there is a workaround, like you don't decrapify your store objects, but let's just say that mine are decrapified or something like this. But anyhow, if you go to my Tumblr, there is a post where I say that I have this problem and there is no fix for it except for removing the file, and then people responded that, oh, actually woman, there is a fix for it. So go and read that. But anyhow, I need to still work on this slot. It's not finished. I need to add like something that they can, like a ladder, so they can come up here. And I have to add the hidden room markers. And I also need to download the greenhouse, because I want to have a greenhouse in here. Other than that, I really like this house. It's so pretty. But anyhow, they are not moving here. I'm thinking I will fix this and maybe... Oh, and by the way, the idea was in the hidden room markers is that every time they gather 10,000 simoleons, I remove one of the hidden room markers, so they get to use that room. And the idea is basically like they are renovating the house, that they inherit a house that's really crappy, and then only like a few of the, like this part basically is only livable. Maybe I will be generous and give them a kitchen, I don't know yet. Anyhow, so basically like this part is only livable, and then every time they want to unlock a new room, they have to renovate it first, and renovating means they have to give away 10,000 simoleons, and then I remove one of the hidden room markers, and then they can use that room. So that was the idea, but you know, it's not finished and so on. So I'm thinking that maybe I will finish this lot, and then maybe I will give them something like they have to, like they got this house, but they have to pay something, maybe 10,000 just to open, like renovate the first, like this part where they can live. I don't know, I have to come up with something, because they are currently not living here. And kind of sucks. I wish I would have remembered this house. But honestly, that one of the problems I had with this house is that I honestly didn't remember that I had built this house for them. It wasn't until I had played the whole round with them and I saw this house and I was like, oh no, that's where I was supposed to have them live. Anyhow, this was such a long rambling start, and we haven't like done yet anything. So wife is going to wake up. I'm going to wake up a little bit earlier. She's been sleeping so much, and she is pregnant right now. When I did this, like I did these guys here, I didn't actually notice that he was like an adult, so he only has like 20 days until he's an elder, and I would love for him, you know, to see his child and maybe see him grow to a young adult. So that's why I had to speed up with their baby having. Unfortunately, she actually did get the one to have a baby before she got pregnant, so I was like, okay, fine, thanks. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's have... I think I'm not going to cook anything because we have so much to do today. Let's eat this cobbler. Call household to meal, and you can wake up. He owns the bar. He does have work today, but I'm not going to probably play him today, like in the bar. So I will show it to you when we go there, but I probably won't like actively play him today. I have been playing him almost every week this week, and it's been really fun, but we can check it out and how I run it, because it's like the fake owning, just like my restaurant and my bakery is not really owned. I fake own it. This career he's in, the bartending career, it is from Miss Hissy. I did edit some things in here, like the first I changed the wages on all levels. I think I changed his working hours, so he works longer, and you know, like tiny changes like that you can do just by XML editing. And he actually has a hobby. He sews. We could actually resume. Why can't he? There is no other sim using this table. I know. Maybe because he's sitting. Anyhow, I did put this that she would start her sewing hobby. But then she was so busy and he autonomously started sewing, and then I think, you know what, maybe this is your hobby, not hers. So he's been sewing. But let's see, he has a carpet he's been sewing right now, so hey, you're done. Let's start working on the house, my dear. Well, fine, clean that up. She's working in the education career, and actually I'm surprised she is doing so well, because most of the time she's been in the minus. I have such a hard time keeping my Sims happy in rabbit hole careers, because I do have a mod that makes this, like, it's harder for Sims to be happy, because they're honestly like constantly happy, and I like for them to have a hard life. You can then change outfit every day, and then we can go sewing. No, he put in inventory. Did he finish his item? Fabric piece. Another Sim is using this table. There is no other Sim using this table. I wonder, should I maybe, let's reset it. Master controller. Object reset. Family? No. Okay, let's say it again. Object reset. Let's take everything. No, I can't. Object reset. Not inventory. Local. What is a local object? Okay, this. Where is my sewing machine? Here, let's reset this one. Okay. Can you now? So can I, like, well, let's start a new project, because he was sewing a rug, but I don't think he finished the rug, so I don't know, maybe something got messed up. Woman, what are you doing? Why did you go outside? No, we have a rule, like how I like in certain like order make things, so I hate it when my Sims do things in different order. Like first we make the bed, and then you can actually get the laundry, and then we could actually clean up this damn house. You know, I've been thinking that I would love for somebody in my hood. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee with oat milk. Yes, I'm thinking that I would like for somebody in this hood, like some of the next generation, to be an adventure Sim, because there are actually so many things I want to adventure in. Like I want to send my Sims, like one Sim, into the future, because I have never done that, but I would need somebody who I would probably add. Do I need to clean something? No. Let's clean this. But I would probably do it so that I have a Sim, and then we move to a new hood, and then we travel to the future, because I don't want this save to actually have any of the future things, because it will just make the save file huge. and the future traveling is something I would probably do with one sim one time and then never again. I don't think I'm going to enjoy the future thing so much, but I'd like to try it out because it's been like how long since the EP came out, like 6-7 years, and I have never gone to the future. You know, last week I found out there is a new game coming out called Paralives, and I said it's like, I think it's still in an alpha stage. It looks very much alpha right now, but it still looks amazing. It's basically a sim game, like, but it's called Paralives. And it's, well, when I saw, like, when they are talking about the features and everything that's coming, and it's basically the sim game that we have been wanting, that maybe like everybody wanted Sims 4 to be, but then Sims 4 became that huge disappointing mess that it is. So basically it's the best part of Sims 3 and Sims 2. At least that's what it looks like right now, and I'm really looking forward for it to come out sometime. There is no release date. It's done by some company, and they only have like 6 people working on it, so it might take a while before it comes out. But I'm hoping like in a year or 2 it will. But anyhow, I hope the first mod that people can make there is like a mod that changes like every word that's called para to sim, because that's what the people are called there. They're called para, not sims, and I don't like the name. So like for example, like if I click somewhere like a dresser, it will say like edit sim instead of edit para. So that's my like, first I want it to come out, and then I want somebody to mod to mod it so it looks like it's called the Sims. I don't know, I just really like the name. But anyhow, check Paralives. It actually looks really amazing, and I am so looking forward for it. You know, I'm not going to have him join like some kind of a sewing circle. He's like, this is his own hobby that he does for fun. Oh, woohoo. Wife is a little busy right now, dude. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I didn't. That's nice. You know, this world is so pretty, but I do sometimes wonder if it's like maybe too big for me anyhow, because I just saw one world that's literally like a small world. If you go to Mod the Sims and then the modding discussion, and there's the cow thread, there is like a thread called like, what are you working right now on cow? And then like on the first page, like I did answer that thread, and there was this one world. It was done by this person who actually made the edited Halewood, and it is so pretty. It's tiny and it's so pretty. And when I saw it, I was thinking, oh, I wonder, do my Sims have to move there right now? So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe to ask for the cow files and look around, poke around, think about moving, because it looks so nice. And I love this world, honestly I do, but it is so big. I'm never going to fill it up. Like these, like, I don't know. There's so much in here. So, but they're not moving. Even if I decide to move, they will not move now. I will move them like later, because I'll have to edit every single like lot, and because these lots are huge, so I would need to edit every single house and make a new version, like a smaller lot, and you know. So let's see. But this is my problem. It's like I can't stick with one world. I would love to stick with one world, but it seems that I'm incapable of that. Oh yeah, we have to go to the damn field trip. We can do it right now. Well, maybe you should first pee. because you are pregnant, my dear. Look at that. Quick shower. I was actually supposed to play these guys like 2 days ago, like there 2 days ago, but you know, it was the same thing that I wanted to play. I actually wanted to make a video, but it was always so late by the time I got to playing that I just didn't have the energy to make a video. You know, after this video, probably I will do it like immediately after this. I will make a new video where I actually go through all my mods, because somebody asked me, maybe on Tumblr or maybe like in a comment on YouTube, like what mods do I have? I have so many. So I'm thinking that I'll make a video where we actually go into my mods folder and I will try to explain every mod I have. And then I will add a list of all the mods, so if you need something you can Google them. Because of course I will not remember like from where I got each mod. And I'm sure that with some mods I will probably not even remember like what do they do. Because I have quite many. But I always add mods only when I need something to be happening differently. Those shoes, I do not like them. How is your project? Hey, he's almost done. You know, I have been trying to fix, like work on my, well, not try to work on, I have actually been working on my writing mod, the one that I talked about in some video, that I would like for Sims to be able to write historical novels, even if they are not elders. That's unfortunately a check in the code. And then I would like for them to work, like to write articles, even if they are not in the writing career, I know, in the journalistic career. What are you thinking about, lady? Damn it, woman. Go there. But anyhow, I have been like coding, but I still can't get the Sims to sit. And I did get some input from the lovely Simmer who made the mod, the off the grid, you have to have a well to have water mod. You should check it out. And first they told me two things. They told me there is actually a version they have done where it is like local depending on the lot, but I think that was in there, still in the testing version, so it's not uploaded like in the download section, but you can find it from there, like where they talk about the mod. Anyhow, this was a huge, like horrible explanation. Anyhow, they did give me some hints on what to look at, and unfortunately it didn't help me, but I did then like ask the lady who made the sewing table that did she have any trouble with this like getting Sims to sit in front of the damn computer and then just like the basic animations. Let's just like wait for her, and I haven't yet heard from her, so let's hope she can give me some hints, because the problem is somehow the chairs, like I don't know, it's not, it does understand that there is a chair in front of the computer, but they're still not sitting there. So basically, next time when we go to work, she is going to, you know, I want to learn a recipe. Let's go buy something. So anyhow, I'm hoping that at some point I will figure it out and actually get it to work, because I've never actually gotten so far with the mod that I can see that that's removing those restrictions about the historical novel actually work, because I can't get them to sit. So I'm also really looking forward for the testing the test version of the grid mod, so that I could have like some lots where you have to have a well, and then other people can just like, you know, live normally. Buy me a book, woman. This world is so stunning, honestly. The thing that I really like about this world is that it's not an island. The other world that I told you I really really like, it's actually an island. Why is there no... I don't want to like go and fix it today. But this is huge, and the lots are huge, and this is really giving me a little bit of trouble. Well, not like lag or anything, but just like, I don't know, I just feel like I would love for it to be smaller. Tiny bit smaller. These are not pregnancy books. Let's read this one. And then some recipe things. Hazelnut. I know nothing. Why do I have so little? I want to have this, and I want to have this. Oh no, she's vegetarian. Let's have the vegetarian chili. So many levels I have to have, and I have like no levels. Hey, mushroom omelette. And then I want to buy a cooking skill book. Okay, woman, go home. Now let's ride your bike. Bike home. Oh yeah, I haven't done with her the women's club because she has been working, so that's why she's always so tired when she gets from gets out of work. So I'm thinking that she's probably going to like quit the women's club, because I do want her to keep working. I don't want her to be a housewife completely, because her husband is going to die like eventually, well, like all of my Sims. But he's going to die, and she's still going to be kind of young, and just being a housewife might not be enough for her. And why did you leave your bike like that, woman? Come here. You know, do the laundry. Let me fix your bike thing. Thank you. Why are you still in underwear? Did you finish your rug? Is it here? We have a rug. This is so nice. But let's make it in another color. You know the Paralives thing, it also has this color wheel. It has open world. It will have like all the like age groups. It's going to have pets in the base game. I really just hope that they have also gardening, and then I'll be like super happy. I will never complain again if I get gardening in the first version as well. Because you made it for the wife, and she's the one decorating is her thing. Like, she's the one who decides what they decorate, so let's make it orange. You know, the reason I have these items in here, because I was hoping that she could... Woman, what are you doing? This is not how you do the laundry, woman. Just do the damn laundry. So I was hoping that she could, those were, how to say, taken from the dump. And I was hoping that when she, like, what was the word? What do they do? It's not restocking. It's, you know, like when they find items in the dump, like, and it's not the dump. Okay, let me show you what I mean, because it seems that even though I have, like, this is my second cup of coffee, I still don't know how to speak today. Let's see, where is it, the thing that I want to show you? Is it here? No, it's not here. It is, what is here? Train yard. What was this? What's the, well, anyhow, like this lot, the dump lot, and basically you can take items. Oh, salvage, that's the word I wanted to have. And then I was hoping that they could actually fix, like, these items, like she could fix them herself and then sell them, but you can only, like, replace them, and then if you sell them, of course that you're not going to get any money from that, because I was hoping that I could then sell them through the convenience store, and then, like, because I have edited the XML so that it's not, you don't get so much money out of it, so it would have been like kind of like a side business, but it's not working because you can always, like, replace these, and then you, otherwise the value of this item is 0, so it was kind of a useless thing. But I don't know, like, if you have really good mechanical skill, can you, like, fix things without salvaging them? Or maybe this is a mod I have to make, I don't know, let's see. Because I would have loved for her to be able to, like, salvage items and then work, like, sell them and then get money like that. It would have been such a nice career for her, like, extra money career. Okay, woman, sit. Let's read. I want to read something. Vegetarian chili. I think this we can make. Except we don't have chili. That's a problem. And husband can actually read the baby book because he wanted. When do you have to go to work, dude? I should, like, decorate for the baby, I guess, but I don't feel like it, and they're not going to have the baby tomorrow, so I'm probably just going to play this day, and then I'm going to change families. I'm going to then play the doctor, who is the last new family I added into this hood. Yay! I really like that they disappear, these skill books, no, recipe books, after they read it, because then there's a reason for my Sims to buy a new one, like in some other generation. Can we not make vegetarian? Serve lunch. We cannot. We have no that. We can't have that. Organic tofu dog. Hey, we can. But we don't have chili, but we can use something else. So we can use tofu, and we can use tomato. I'm sure it's the same thing. There's nothing in this box. I just really like how it looked. Does he have work? Seven. He needs to bladderate, by the way. Let's see what quality this is going to be, because we don't have like all the ingredients, but at least we had like one. So what does she know how to make now? Oh, she can make this and grilled cheese. He wants to have a dog, but I don't really feel like having a dog in this family. And I didn't like really introduce her. So she's eco-friendly, loves the cold, outdoors, nurturing, and vegetarian. And maybe you should eat as well. Well, actually you're not hungry. You know what? Have something. He doesn't have anything. What can we give him? Let's give him some bean and let him drink something. No, serve. Make a drink. Organic. I just love this mod, honestly. It is so nice that my Sims can make these brews, like herbal teas and everything. I'm still looking forward for actually having somebody open like a tea and herb shop. So tea and spices. So all they grow in their lot is like the spices and the herbs and everything, and then I have a shop where I sell them. That's my dream. That's not fulfilled. You know what would be like my perfect hood, which I'm never going to make because I'm so like, I have no trouble editing worlds in Cow if I do like something tiny, like add lots or something, but the whole idea of I have to actually go and like edit the terrain and paint and put every single little tree and detail, I can't handle that. So that's why I can't like ever make my perfect world. But my perfect world would basically be, it would be, you know, like this world that you have, it's an inland world, but you have like access to the sea, so it's not an island. And I wanted to have a railroad, and I want the railway station to be somehow like the center of the whole village. And because usually it was like, it is such an important thing to have a railroad, so the railroad station would be like kind of like in the center of the village. The actual village area would not be very big, like the center of it, like where you have community lots, and then you have a little bit of like lots, like residential lots near the center, but then the majority of the lots are actually like farming lots. And that's my dream lot. I know, maybe if I ask for those files of that world that I really like, I might try, like the cow files, I might try to edit it somehow. Like there is a railway station in here. There's actually railroads in here. Let me find them first. They come from here. Like they actually start from here, which is really nice. And this trail here, that's the railroad. And they go all the way here. And I'm actually thinking, there is a lot in here, I think, here or somewhere. And I'm actually thinking that maybe that I want to have a railroad station, train station, not railroad station. I'd like to have a train station, but then the train station is going to be so far from the city center that it's not really what I want. But I don't know. And this, like, my only problem with this world is that some of the lots are huge, like this. This is like enormous lot. What I'm supposed to do with this one? The problem is that because I don't use the rabbit hole buildings, I always have integrated buildings, so that's why I have trouble filling up big worlds. And this, like these are parks, this is park, this could be some park. How many parks do I need in this world, like in my hood? If I stay in this world, I'm going to edit this slot so that it's kind of like a science center dash the like hospital, because I can't remove this slot. It's going to look really bad. If I remove this slot, so I have to keep this slot even though it's bigger than what I usually like. And this is I don't know yet how to edit this, so I haven't done anything here. Most likely I will just stick at some point the hospital and science center rugs in here for a while and then just go on with my life. So let's see what I do. But I'm not moving soon because I just moved these guys. This is like the first round in this new world, and I have to rebuild every single house if I want to move to a smaller world. What are you doing? Why are you shouting at your husband? You know what? Why don't we put... What was the quality of this food? It was normal. Put away leftovers. Clean that up. Oh, he's going to work. And you know what? Take the day off, my dear. You can, like, the night off. You can do what you want. Let's follow him to work. Let's follow him to work. You know, like, honestly, like, the only time I speak English is when I'm doing videos, and then because I always make the videos, like, it takes me so long before I make a new video, that I think I always feel like I lost half of my vocabulary. Yeah, so I have a problem with this lot. Okay. You know, every sim like introduction should be, I have a problem. Anyhow, for some reason they pretend, or they think that this here is the front of the lot, and I have so many times set it so it's like here, but like you will notice it when they actually go, like when he goes back home, they will always, like, instead of going to this part here, they will walk all the way here, they will run all the way here, and this is where they start, like, using their bike or car, whatever. So it's really annoying. So this is the bar, and this is like a fake owning bar. He's like fakely owns it. So he has a normal carrier. I use Zerbus mod, so this is his lot where he works. When I'm actively playing him, I will just have him like moonlight at the bar, and when I want to have actually customers, I just use the Endra's master controller and invite over, and usually I just invite guys, and then I let him work until, well, whatever he wants to work at, as long as he wants to work, and then he just, at some point he will come home, and normally he comes home before actually his work is over, so then he gets less pay, because I like the Zerbus mod that if he leaves his workplace, he doesn't actually get paid for the whole working hours. He only gets paid for those hours that actually was on the lot. And well, why didn't you start working? Oh, whatever. Let's invite somebody over. And usually I just invite over the guys, because I am sexist like that. I always think that maybe guys use more the bar than women do. He's always working, so I can never invite him over. But his work stops at 9, so maybe at some point. Let's invite all the guys. I will have to do some kind, like at some point, some kind of women's night out, and then ladies' night out, and then have some ladies here. And this here, he owns it, like he's the owner. And when I started this round playing him, I added here the whiskey bottles. I have these, just wondering where they are. I have this hobo like alcohol bottle, I think this was from Simlogical. I think that's where I got it from, but you can just Google it. And then I have a few bottles from around The Sims 3. This is, I don't think this is actually, yeah, this is all one of them. I have these bottles from around The Sims 3, like alcohol bottles, a few of them. I think I have 3. And I have just edited the object JK so that like it uses the alcohol code. So The Sims actually use this as alcohol. And when I started this round, I added like these 2 levels for alcohol, and this level was the cigarettes, and then I had my Sims, like the customers, they will come and they will buy alcohol and cigarettes, and it was nice to see who buys what. And I'm only going to do this so that every round when I play him, I will fill this up, and then I won't fill it up, like it's not constantly filled up, because I don't want everybody to have like constantly drunk or something, like all their money is spent on booze. Everybody's, no, they're buying the same object, but Herbert is going to get it. They really, really like their booze, I guess. Hey, let's make Herbert, let's have Herbert actually drink some alcohol. So, oh, it went to his, it didn't come here in his family, like in his own inventory, it went to his family inventory. Let's go to his house. I haven't yet played Herbert. I'm not sure will I play him this round. I'm not sure have I actually introduced his house to you. Let's wait for the house to load. This is Herbert's house. This is a garage, and he lives upstairs with his cat Millie. And I think the bottle of booze is now in here. I need to change this so that it actually goes to their like normal inventory. I can't. This was like a horrible way to show you how this thing works. Because I'm thinking that the other ones... Okay, let's try again. I know some of these guys have actually like bought alcohol. Has he bought anything? Baby bottles. I guess he wants to have a baby. Has anybody bought any alcohol, guys? Please, alcohol. Yeah, bought those. I know somebody bought the other bottles. Well, maybe the other bottles is like you always have to just drink at home. But let's do it this way. But I have to edit, because this is not how I want them to work. I have to edit them so that they can actually go in your like own inventory, and you can use the hand tool on them. So this was, on the other hand, this was really nice demonstration about this thing. And let's have our own guy drink. Can you drink from this? Where is my guy? Why don't you drink from this bottle? And it looks really, really weird when they have like the whiskey bottles, and they are so huge, and they like the whole face is in the whiskey. I don't think I have actually tested this bottle yet. No, I can't get to my beer. And this doesn't look so bad because it's such a small bottle. And where did you put it to your inventory? No, it went to his inventory. Well, I just have to use it, like edit so that it says like, you can use the hand tool on it and then it will work fine. Do you need something, dude? Hygiene. Why don't you go and raise your baby? Totally pregnant. You know, I said that I'm not going to play him, and then I ended up playing his work day. But anyhow, this is how I run my like bar. Let's take this away. Ah, he couldn't get and read his baby book. Now he's reading it here. Why can't you? Can you actually sit like in this and then read the baby book, or do you have to sit like in a normal chair? Oh, he can. What are you waiting for? I'm going to sing. This is the karaoke machine. I think he's blocking it somehow. I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually like had a play, like a video where everything is so smooth and running and perfect. That always like somebody has a problem. Dude, what are you doing? Are you singing or not? Don't sing because you are failing at it. Obviously you are failing at it. And now we can use it. But I like this because it's so tiny. And when I have, it's in a position that when they sing, they actually stand here and look at the audience. So I like that. How is the wife doing? She is still raking. That's nice, dear. Why don't you compost? Dispose of this. What did you do? Where did you put it? What happened? What is this? Oh. Maybe it's too filled. I don't know. Why, like, where can't you clean up? Why was she root failing? You remember the comment I said that that's always a trouble? Like, there's always some problem somewhere. Where do you want to go? I have my trash can here, but she should be using these. Let's recycle this. I think maybe these are too filled so that she can't use them. We need something to put there. What can we put there? Ah, because it's like filled already. That's why she was having trouble. No, not take out trash, sorry. Take compost. Take compost. And now I think she can do this. Yeah, because it was full, she tried to navigate to the other trash can that was like here. Take compost. So much compost, woman. You know, just go to bed. You're so tired. All that raking. Anyhow, I think I'm going to end this episode here because she's going to bed. I'm going to let him work until he like finishes working, or probably because he's reading, he's going to like read until the lot is closed. I think the lot type was a dive bar, not sure. And then I'm just going to, when it's midnight and their age is like they grow up one more day, I'm going to change households and play the doctor. And honestly, I don't yet know what I'm going to do with the doctor. I have to think about it. Okay, so she's going to bed. I am going to save. and then maybe I will do the other video right now, but I'm not sure because I only have like 40 minutes before we have to leave for lunch. So I have a prediction that that video where I go through every single mod I have and tell you about them is going to be like 2 hours. So I don't think I'm going to have time to actually like do that video before we have to go. So I might do it after we come back. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.